Judge Amy Coney Barrett challenges Karoline Leavitt's credentials. Her response changed legal history forever. In a moment that will be studied for years and replayed for decades, Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett made the mistake of underestimating Karoline Leavitt, and what happened next has already been called a turning point in American legal discourse. What began as a heated exchange during a televised policy forum turned into a historic mic drop moment *, with Leavitt delivering a thunderous response that is now being hailed as one of the most defining clashes between the political and judicial class in modern times. The segment was supposed to be a routine conversation about the balance between judicial independence and political accountability. But as the discussion intensified, Justice Barrett turned to Karoline Leavitt, the youngest former Trump White House staffer and rising conservative voice, and asked, with an air of skepticism, "Greater than, and what are your qualifications to speak on judicial ethics and constitutional law?" There was a pause, a visible shift in the room. What happened next wasn't a flustered dodge or vague political spin. It was a powerful, fact-filled, and deeply personal response that left the entire audience in stunned silence and made legal history in real time. Leavitt, calm and unwavering, leaned into the mic and responded, "Greater than, I don't wear a black robe. I wasn't appointed, I wasn't confirmed, but I've studied the Constitution not to interpret it for power, but to protect the people it was written for. My qualification is that I represent the Americans who feel silenced every time a court bends to political pressure instead of constitutional principle. My qualification is truth, and that doesn't require permission." The room erupted. Even seasoned legal analysts were floored. The moment went viral within minutes. Clips of the exchange flooded X, TikTok, and YouTube *, where it was immediately labeled as the greatest shutdown of a Supreme Court justice on record. Hashtags like #Caroline owns Barrett ***, #Constitutional Queen ***, and #Truth Needs No Robe *** began trending across platforms. Leavitt didn't stop there. She went on to quote precedent, cite key constitutional cases, and even reference judicial decisions that Justice Barrett herself had written *, questioning inconsistencies and the growing public distrust in unelected judicial power. She did it without notes, without hesitation, and with a clarity that had legal scholars scrambling to analyze her arguments. Justice Barrett attempted to respond, but it was clear that the conversation had shifted. The power dynamics had changed, and Leavitt was in control. The justice, known for her composed demeanor, seemed visibly rattled. She tried to redirect the conversation to more neutral ground, but the damage was done. Leavitt had exposed a raw nerve, the growing divide between the judiciary and the American public. Media outlets, both liberal and conservative, couldn't ignore the moment. CNN called it the most unexpected legal confrontation of the year. Fox News declared it a constitutional earthquake. Even NPR admitted that Leavitt's remarks reflected the growing call for judicial accountability in a deeply polarized nation. Legal blogs lit up with commentary. Law professors praised the clarity and strength of her constitutional argument, even if they didn't agree with her ideology. One Harvard professor wrote, "We witnessed something rare, an unappointed voice challenging the judicial hierarchy not with slogans, but with substance." And she won. Karoline Leavitt capitalized on the moment. She released a long-form video breakdown titled, "Why Truth Doesn't Need a Title," and announced she would be launching a national campaign advocating for judicial transparency and reform. She also teased a new book titled, "Unrobed, What They Don't Teach You About the Supreme Court." Justice Barrett has yet to make a public statement. Sources close to the court suggest she was blindsided by the backlash and is now under internal scrutiny. The segment has reignited debate over the role of unelected justices in shaping national policy, and whether their power has eclipsed the intent of the Constitution itself. What's clear is that Karoline Leavitt didn't just hold her own, she changed the game. With no robe, no gavel, and no official title, she showed that the power of truth, knowledge, and conviction can challenge even the highest court in the land. In an age of political theater, what we saw wasn't a performance. It was a moment of genuine history *, and America felt it. Don't miss a single second of this defining political moment. Like, comment, and subscribe to Watched, where the truth has a voice, and the powerful get held accountable.